What's up, everybody? This is CJ from CJM Stop Motions here. Today, we're going to talk about the 7 steps to creating a stop motion animated short film, or what I like to call the 7 steps to getting the professional look. Check it out. Now, since we're all back, let's get right into it. Now, there are 7 steps, like I said in the intro, to getting the professional look. Number 1, brainstorming. You have to brainstorm to come up with ideas for the story. What audience am I catering this towards? What do I want to make? What type of story am I trying to tell? Ask yourself these questions. Because when I was making my first stop motion animated short film, A World Full of Dreams, that should be right here, I didn't think about any of that. And as you can see from the views, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. Because I didn't ask myself these questions. Story. I did not have a good story. It wasn't interesting. A boy goes to Jamaica. He meets a man. That man becomes his mentor. Teaches him the way of the drum. It's not that interesting. It's basic. You're going to need interesting characters. I only had 2. CJ and Ramon. Now, one thing that helped me in making the elements, which you'll see in my next video, because there'll be the stop motion animated series coming out in the next video, The Elements. They all have interesting characters. Now, to help me out with that, I wrote descriptions for each character. Who are they related to? What do they act like in terms of their attitude and stuff? And it really helped me coming up with interesting characters for the elements. Now, I like a twist in my story. Now, since The Elements is coming out in the next video, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. But let's just say there's a huge twist. And if you pay attention, I think you might catch on. So add a twist to your stories. Make it interesting. Now next, title. The title of your movie. Now, when I was researching titles for The Elements, otherwise known as E90, the abbreviations for the stop motion animated series that I am making, I had to come up with an interesting name. Now, there are a lot of interesting movie names out there, but there are a lot of ones that haven't been used yet, you know? So just take your time, make sure you're not stealing anybody else's title for their short film. Be unique. Come up with your own ideas, and that is it for the story. Now, number 3, the storyboard. The storyboard is a visualization or illustration of the story and the brainstorming ideas. It's the brainstorm ideas and the story all on paper, and it's just illustrations. Now, here are some examples right here. The storyboard for the trailer of E90. As you can see, just a regular sheet of paper. Just boxes. And inside the boxes is illustrations of what I want to happen in each scene. Underneath the boxes is descriptions, very specific descriptions of what I want to happen in that scene. Storyboards help you a lot. People use them when they make their professional movies. The top grade professional movie companies, they all start out with storyboards. Whether it's stop motion animation or not, storyboards will help you a lot, trust me. Next, Number 4. Start your animation. You might be saying to yourself, no, it's too early. Why would I start my animation and I've just came up with a storyboard? Do I need to plan out some other things? For me, it's no. But this is my opinion. Go ahead, start your animation. Now right now I'm about to take you over to the green screen, because I've done a video on the animating, how to animate before, how to animate like a boss, which is in this link above. So check that out, and I'm going to take you to the green screen. Now this right here is how I set up my green screen. Now, as you can see, this is just green fabric right here. And I put it across the table. It's really long, so I can make half of it go on the table and hang off, and the other half to go on the wall. Now, if you don't have green fabric poster boards, you can get them anywhere. Chroma key green poster board, easy to find. They work perfectly, but if you're gonna do a big green screen like this, I would prefer to use the fabric, the material. I would prefer this. And some examples are popping up on the screen right now. The videos that you're seeing right now, behind it, that's all green screened. Now when I'm working with a green screen, you need to make sure it's well lit. Now you can have a lamp, 2 lamps. If you only have 1 lamp, I usually put it on the right side of the green screen, and on the left side I would have a white poster board. Now the white poster board would reflect the light from the lamp back onto the green screen, so I can get rid of those shadows. And as you know, shadows are not a good thing to have in your green screens. It can really mess it up. Make sure you have no shadows. Light it well. Lighting is one of the key things in having a green screen. It needs to be well lit. If it's not well lit, well, it's not going to really look that good when you're doing the editing process. So on to the next step. Step number 5, music. Music is very important in making a short film. Music can express the emotions that you're trying to get across in the films. So, you have 2 options. Get some off the internet, or buy some off the internet, which is sometimes pretty costly and you have to go through copyright infringement laws, or do what I do, which is option number 2. Make it yourself. Now you're probably saying, how would I make music myself? Get a guitar, use a virtual guitar on your computer or tablet, and also there's this really cool app called Walkman, and you could use that to make your own music for your film. Now, sometimes you need more than just a guitar, so MIDI controller. You can do drums on here, keyboard on here, guitar on here, all on this MIDI controller, which you can see how it works right here in this link above. And if you want to go old school, then get a snare, but just be creative, be unique. Get a drum pad. You have all these instruments. Make your music yourself. You don't have to worry about copyright infringement laws. It's your music. You can use it in any other one of your videos. It's your music. You can make it sound like anything you want it to. You can make it express any emotion you want to. And that's the magic of music. You have complete and utter freedom to do whatever you want. Creatively, you can make whatever you want for your short film. And that's the wonders of making music yourself for your own film. On to the next step, number 6. Number 6, the editing process. Now, I'm not going to take you through how I edit. I don't want to make this video too long and boring. There's plenty of videos out there that you can watch on how to edit good short films. And I don't want to bore you, but I do want to give you these tips right here. Now, when you're doing your green screening, make sure there are no shadows. Like I just previously said, no shadows. It will help a lot. Now, you're probably wondering, in the films, how do they get those cool colors? How do they get those warm colors? Color grading. Color grading is really amazing. Now, when you're color grading, it evokes an emotion. You know, if your color grading is really blue and it's dark, and you added a lot of contrast to make the black stand out, it's kind of giving off a sad tone. Now, if it's very bright, you have like reds and yellows, you know, you might be giving off a very happy tone or something like that. But color grading also expresses emotion, you know? Adding music. When you're adding music, you want to make sure that music is in sync with your video. Now, if it's a scene where the character is on the ground, they're in pain, in agony, they're trying to get up, you're not going to want to add any happy music. You're not want to add any overly dramatic music. Sometimes in scenes like that, you might not want to add music at all. Not adding music in some parts of your short film helps to also bring out an emotion. He's on the ground. He's trying to get back up, trying to stand back up. Don't add any music. Let's say the ground is dirt. Add the sounds of some feet just stomping in the dirt and some grunts and the man yelling. But don't add any music in that spot. But if you do, make it to where it evokes the emotion that you're trying to get in the video. Don't make it any random music. Make sure it fits the video and make sure that it sounds good in that spot. Now, step number 7, render your video. I render my videos in 1080p HD before I upload them to YouTube. And everybody has different programs. I don't know what program you're using right now, but I know I use Sony Vegas Movie Studio, and currently right now I'm about to switch over from that. And the rendering process is very long with several different settings, and it's very difficult sometimes to find out what setting you want for your video. But it's always in HD, and it's always in the widescreen. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you go out and you make the best short film ever, no matter what your age is. If you're 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be 30, and we don't have to have a professional film crew, because we can be a one-man band and still make one of the best short films. Until the next video, this is CJ from CJM Stop Motions. Peace.